What's up, y'all? It's Loco, and I want to thank each and every one of you because we just hit 2,000 subscribers. This is a very big milestone for the channel, and to show my appreciation, I am finally going to be dropping my scaling for Heavy Sasuke. In this video, I am going to be proving why Sasuke is the strongest character in the first half of Shippuden, and why I think he would beat almost every other character that was in the series at this point in time. But real quick, I want to ask that each and every one of you please subscribe to the channel so we can grow an even bigger community. Also, as a follow-up to this video, I'm going to be doing Minato vs Heavy Sasuke live on stream, so turn on notifications so you don't miss out on that. But other than that, let's just get right into the video. So basically, Heavy Sasuke has been consistently portrayed to be the fastest character in early Shippuden. The most blatant example of this is when Sasuke perception blitzes Jugo and Suigetsu and fear hacks them into submission. Before they can even realize what happened, Sasuke has already wrapped his snakes around their entire bodies, and he's all doing this in base. For context, both Suigetsu and Jugo have been consistently shown to be faster than Raikage A and Killer B. This may come as a surprise to you, because not many people like to talk about how strong Suigetsu really is, but in this instance right here, he is clearly shown blitzing A from across the battlefield. Suigetsu is shown to be at the very back of the room, but the Raikage is right in front of Sasuke. Suigetsu blitzes him from across the entire room and blocks his attack. Suigetsu is also shown to perform a similar feat in Taka's fight against B. You see, Sasuke was knocked down to the ground and B was about to hit him with the finishing blow, but Suigetsu comes out of absolutely nowhere and once again blocks the attack from B. Both the Raikage and B are consistently shown to be relative to KCM1 Naruto in speed. This is shown on multiple occasions throughout the series. And now some of you might be thinking, didn't KCM1 Naruto completely outspeed the Raikage? No. That was only with a mental amp. He was thinking of Minato and Kushina at the time. He was thinking about all his friends that were dying in the war. If you reread the chapter or rewatch that fight, you will see clearly that Naruto was focused on saving his friends, right? He wasn't like that before, right? The Raikage was easily able to keep up with him, and this is stated multiple times. Also, Base B was shown knocking version 2 Raikage out of his lightning cloak. He literally matched his speed and overpowered the Raikage in base. And since Base Sasuke was able to perception blitz a character that completely outsped both the Raikage and B, yes, Sasuke would scale to KCM1 Naruto in speed. In one of my oldest videos, I claimed that Taka Sasuke was actually weaker than Heavy Sasuke despite having the Mangekyo, and this argument still holds up today. You see, when Sasuke and the rest of Taka fought B, Jugo actually states that Sasuke hadn't returned to his full power yet at that point in time. He was still fatigued and wounded from his fight with Itachi. He hadn't fully recovered yet. Also, you can argue that Sasuke didn't actually surpass his curse mark version 2 state until the 5 Kage summit, which is supported by a statement from Karin. So yeah, even though B was kind of piecing up Sasuke, you can clearly see that they are still relative in speed throughout the entire fight. You see, Sasuke actually dodged version 1B's lariat. At this point in time, Sasuke only had his base 3 Tomoe Sharingan active. He was not using the Mangekyo. So it's not completely outlandish to say Heavy Sasuke wouldn't be able to perform a similar feat, especially when he already scales to these KCM1 levels of speed. Of course, both the Raikage and B are stated to move at the speed of light when they are performing their lariat, which would just further upscale Sasuke. Of course, during the 3rd Great Shinobi War, Base Jonin B actually outspeeds Minato. I've talked about this several times on my channel. When Minato teleports behind the Raikage, B's tentacle has to travel an extremely long distance to knock the Raikage out of the way to protect him. I could argue that Minato was perception blitzed in this instance due to the thought bubble that forms in his head, but all that matters is that Base B was able to outspeed Minato. However, Base 3 Tomoe Sharingan Sasuke is still able to react to and dodge attacks from version 1B. So even in base, it's very clear that Sasuke is above these KCM1 level characters like the Raikage, B, and Minato in terms of speed. This is further supported by the fact that B states that Sasuke was the strongest opponent he's ever faced, but you could always attribute this to the Amaterasu and the Mangekyo Sharingan and all that, but it's still worth noting. And I know some of you are screaming at me like, actually, Minato can't lose to Sasuke because he killed 1,000 shinobi during the 3rd Great Shinobi War. Like, bruh, we've seen Sasuke do that in base before he even absorbed Orochimaru. He soloed an entire army of shinobi without killing them at all. He didn't want to kill them. He left them all alive on purpose. It's actually insane that he was able to do all of this at such an early point in the series. And I'd like to remind all of you that I've only been talking about base heavy Sasuke. I haven't even mentioned the curse mark, which is stated to amp you 10 times beyond your normal physical abilities. And for those of you that don't believe that Sasuke is this strong, there's actually a databook statement that says that his power exceeds even that of the Akatsuki. In the same page, it said that his godlike speed takes away the breath of the Akatsuki members, and that absolutely no one stands a chance of living once they confront him. So according to this statement, heavy Sasuke should be stronger and faster than any member of the Akatsuki, which is consistent because most of them scale to around the KCM1 level of speed, and we've already proven that even base Sasuke would scale above that. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking to yourself, like, Itachi must be significantly stronger than Sasuke since he was holding back throughout their entire fight. But I'm not going to downplay Itachi in this fight. I definitely agree with that interpretation. But a lot of people take Obito's statement way out of context. They act like Itachi could have killed Sasuke at any point in time. I just don't agree with that at all. If Itachi had used his Susanoo from the very beginning and shot Amaterasu like all across the battlefield like trying to kill Sasuke, then yeah, sure, he'd probably be dead, you know? But we can definitely agree that they're still relative in strength and speed at the very least. Especially because Sasuke performed very well during that fight. He broke out of Tsukuyomi, and no one else in this series has ever been able to break out of Itachi's Genjutsu. Once again, some of you might be thinking, oh, Itachi let him do all that, he had to put up the facade and trick Sasuke, but it's actually stated in the databooks that Sasuke broke out of Tsukuyomi with his masterful use of the Sharingan. There's also several statements from Zetsu that would support this. As a matter of fact, if Itachi didn't have the Susanoo, he would be dead. Right? Kirin would have killed him most definitely. There's nothing else Itachi would have been able to do in that situation, especially when Kirin is stated to move at the speed of light in the databooks. Also, not many people talk about this, but Kirin definitely broke through Itachi's Susanoo. I'd actually say you can make a pretty good argument that Kirin actually knocked out Itachi. Bro was face down, ass up for a good like 30 seconds. Like, why would he fake putting down his Susanoo and then just lay there for a while, you know? And then he just eventually comes back and says, is this the death that you envisioned for me? But like, if his Susanoo could take that blast, why didn't it? It makes no sense. It doesn't hurt the narrative that was going on about Itachi trying to fool Sasuke. Like, it doesn't do any of that. It doesn't make sense. Like, the only actual interpretation there would be that Itachi got knocked out by the Kirin blast and his Susanoo was destroyed in the process. Especially because Itachi was kind of shitting his pants when he saw Kirin. He was incredibly surprised. Even Black and White Zetsu were going absolutely insane over the fact that Sasuke could tame lightning. So yeah, Kirin is incredibly strong, and it might be the only thing that can destroy an armored Susanoo in the entire series. Of course, that's assuming Itachi did use his armored Susanoo. He could have just done the ribcage or whatever, but it's still food for thought. Now, a lot of people like to downplay Sasuke, that's saying that Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke from the War Arc is weaker than Part 1 Orochimaru, based off a statement that Suigetsu makes. Now, I recently found out that this was a mistranslation. I had someone I know actually give me the real interpretation for it, and it's nothing like the original. It says nothing about Sasuke just surpassing Orochimaru. It's very, very different. Suigetsu also doesn't know what he's talking about. He's never seen Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Sasuke fight before, and the entire narrative and context of the scene just doesn't work with the agenda some of these people are trying to push. Second of all, I'd like to make it very clear that even heavy Sasuke is stronger than Orochimaru. A lot of people like to use that one interaction between Karin and Sasuke after his fight with Deidara, where Karin calls him pitiful and that she can't believe he's the one that defeated Orochimaru. And then Sasuke follows up to this by saying he wouldn't have been able to defeat Orochimaru if he wasn't sick. Obviously, Sasuke is referring to himself prior to absorbing Orochimaru, and it's very clearly shown that he does get a blatant power boost after gaining his abilities. This is proven when Sasuke says to Naruto that neither he nor Orochimaru are strong enough to take down Itachi. However, as soon as he absorbs Orochimaru and assembles his team, he goes straight for Itachi. And it's not like he was planning to have Heavy jump Itachi all at once. He actually makes this clear and states that his plan from the very beginning was to take down Itachi 1v1. So yeah, Sasuke is very confident that he can solo Itachi after gaining Orochimaru's powers. Many people try to claim that Sasuke only gained Orochimaru's abilities and didn't get any added strength or speed buffs from this, but this is directly contradicted by the databooks, which state that his healing factor is only a bonus. It makes it very clear that these abilities are just an extra perk of having Orochimaru inside of him, but they're not the real deal. They're only in addition to his other powers that he gained from Orochimaru. So yeah, you can claim that Sasuke from the very beginning of Shippuden would still be weaker than Part 1 Orochimaru, and I'm fine with that, right? I don't care about that. But after absorbing Orochimaru, he is clearly one of the strongest and fastest characters in the first half of Shippuden. Bro was actually running through the entire Akatsuki. First Orochimaru, then Deidara, and finally Itachi. He must have gotten a kill streak off of that or something. Speaking of Deidara, Sasuke really displayed his intelligence during that fight. I've always said that Sasuke's fight with Deidara is one of my favorite fights in the entire series, just based off of the IQ battle that was going on right there. Sasuke and Deidara were trying to outsmart each other throughout the entire fight. It was a very intellectual battle, and it really showcased Sasuke's intelligence at that point in time. Of course, Sasuke was also able to tank a C2 bomb from Deidara straight to the face. Deidara is the same guy that soloed the Three Tails with some of his weakest bombs, right? And Sasuke's out here tanking those same bombs, putting his durability above a tailed beast level. Sasuke was definitely the strongest character in the series at that point in time, because even Kurama compares base Sasuke to Madara before he even absorbed Orochimaru. He states that Sasuke's Vile Chakra and his ocular powers remind him of Madara. Does this mean that base Sasuke is stronger than Madara? Probably not, but I still like to think that he is anyways. It's still a very impressive statement coming from Kurama. Also, Sasuke corroded Orochimaru's mind with his pure willpower alone, and it's stated several times that that is Orochimaru's inner dimension. It's stated to be a universe, so I don't know, man. You could also put Heavy Sasuke at universal. Hey, I'm just saying. So in conclusion, Heavy Sasuke is incredibly strong, and I personally think there's only a few characters that he would lose to in the first half of Shippuden. Of course, they would be like Itachi, B, and maybe Orange Mask Obito just because of the Kamui, but he would definitely be able to clear everyone else. Yes, I'm talking about Pain, every other member of the Akatsuki, probably even Sage Naruto too, if you give him the benefit of the doubt. But more importantly, I want to thank you guys one more time. Hitting 2K is a very big deal, and I look forward to growing this channel with you guys. The best way to help me out would be to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like this video so we can promote it to more people on YouTube. That way they can get some new power scaling theories going on and maybe not have their normie takes anymore. Maybe they'll realize that Heavy Sasuke is just that guy, you know? Don't forget, I will be going live within the first 24 hours of this video being uploaded to talk about Minato versus Heavy Sasuke. If you have any thoughts or contentions about my scaling, be sure to either let me know in the comments of this video or in that live stream. I want to know what you guys think and how you felt about my scaling. Be sure to turn on those notifications so you don't miss a live stream, because I want to see each and every one of you there so we can celebrate 2,000 subscribers together. And once again, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for all of your support, and I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace!
Shut